Mr. Suresh Prabhu.
Sir, I rise to support the bill which deals with amending the Code of Criminal Procedure, the Indian Penal Code and the Indian Evidence Act 1872. So we need to modernize our laws when we are developing as a nation in which the citizens have a right to live in a manner that is compatible with the other citizens of the rest of the world. So we have seen that a justice delayed is justice denied, and if in case of an accused, if justice is delayed for a pretty long time, it amounts to punishment awarded without justice being delivered. And therefore, as a consequence, we have seen that several accused are languishing in jails, waiting for punishment to be given, but a punishment that has already been given to him is much more than the punishment which would have been awarded to him had the justice been delivered in time. And therefore, we really need to modernize our system, and therefore I welcome these provisions. So one of the objects of this bill is to dispense justice in the shortest possible time. But probably the system, the law, has to be first passed by the Parliament. And I think that system also probably we need to look into afresh. For example, so this bill was first introduced in Rajya Sabha on 22nd August 2003, more than 2 years ago, by the then Deputy Prime Minister. So it has taken more than 2 years for it to come to Lok Sabha, and hopefully we'll pass it today, so it will become law of the land. And therefore, the time that is required, time is consumed in this process of even the law being passed. I think really we need to look into it afresh. So this bill has several components and...
Silence, please.
Sir, so few of the components. First, it tries to deal with the witnesses. So the witnesses who are coerced, threatened or forced to give evidence in a manner that is suiting the person who is actually coercing is something which is dealt with this. So this is a very important issue, in fact, which has been highlighted and identified as one of the causes of not justice being delivered in time and delivered in the right manner. By various law commissions, by various institutions, we have gone into that, and therefore this is a welcome suggestion, welcome amendment. I welcome it. The second deals with plea bargaining. So this is something which is prevalent in the United States for a pretty long time. In fact, the moment the charges are framed and the accused has a right to say that probably he won't like to go for a plea bargaining and would go in for a system whereby he pleads guilty and is awarded a punishment which is lower than that. In fact, as the Minister was saying, it will be half of if the minimum punishment is prescribed in our Indian system, or 1/4 if no such minimum punishment is prescribed under any law under which he is now tried. Sir, I would rather feel that you are confining this plea bargaining to certain situations and exempting certain punishments which will not be, certain accused who are undergoing trial for certain punishment will not be covered by that. For example, life imprisonment or punishment more than 7 years, or even for punishment where there is a life sentence. So I would think that if you are really going in for a system and which is elaborately mentioned in the law, how it can be really be applicable, how the accused and the defense counsel and the defense and also the public prosecutor and all four of them have to come together and then agree on a particular thing. So it's a very system which is all proof. I think we really need to extend it not just to this but also to probably all possible crime that will be committed. But maybe it's a good beginning. We can start with this and proceed on that. Sir, plea bargaining is something which is prevalent, as I said, in the United States for a very long period of time. And the experiences of that country and many other countries where it is prevailing are available to us. So this is not that we are making a first time effort. So therefore probably using it and extending it to more than one will be more applicable. So thirdly, we are dealing with, and the Minister did not mention it, is with probably compounding of an offence where the husband or the relatives of the husband could also be subject to that. This also we are considering now? Not. Okay. Okay. but
in
not
the
now.
Rajya Sabha, that is deleted.
That is deleted, okay. That's why we didn't mention. So, sir, these type of new provisions which are now introduced are really welcome, and we really need to do it. So, my suggestion to the minister would be, so this Indian Evidence Act was first passed by then government in 1872. That's what is the statute of the law today. So, if you are really thinking of modernizing a legal system, we need not make just piecemeal amendments here and there. We really need to look at it totally afresh and bring about a new law which will be really modern in contents and in application. For example, he mentioned about the new law which the Parliament passed about a few years ago dealing with crimes of digital nature. And therefore, sir, if you can bring about a new law, completely modern, and then not just bring about a peaceful amendment that we are doing now, this will really be helpful to us. And therefore, I will request the minister that maybe next year or year after next, set up a proper commission, ensure that all these laws be brought about, and probably can be one single law now, because the Code of Criminal Procedure, the Indian Penal Code, the Indian Evidence Act, probably some of these laws can be really integrated into one, can brought about a new law. So I really stand to support the bill, and I hope that Minister would take cognizance of some of the suggestions that we have made. Thank you very much.
Thank you.